been a better man. Would you tell me, would you tell me you was part of your plan? Would you leave me here covered in sin? Would you call me on the phone just to let it ring? Even if I pick it up, would it not mean a thing when I think I'm not around? It makes me wanna scream. There's no one else here to save, so won't you set me free? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? If I wake up in the morning, would I still be okay? And all the things that I left broken, would they get in the way? If you call me and I answer, would it be my mistake? Only time will tell me. What would you say? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? Boy, is it my intention leaving me here wanting more? Would you keep me long enough to make me just go away and all the things that I left broken? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to die? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? Will you save me? Will you leave me here to cry? Will you wake me up on the outside of this night? You know I'll never leave. You know I won't deceive. Pick your head up off your shoulders and smile until tears. Smile till you leave. Will you cut me when I'm dirty? Will you bathe me in the truth? Speak your name out loud and claim the reasons why you captured me. Do you believe it's alright? I'm okay. Finding reasons, stole my eyes, touch my face. Hear me breathing. Can this fire take away things that I should say? In this doubt I find out it's we found our way.
Well, it's good to see the camera still sucks. Yeah, still sucks. Still horrible, blurry looking, and I am uncertain what to do. Thought I fixed it, and I didn't. Oh well. Now I hear my child outside in the hallway throwing a tantrum because she's frustrated about her Legos, and here I am doing a show, and now she's peeking in through the sheet that I have hanging on the door to control the light. I thought by controlling the light, I would actually... Hi, buddy.
It's not working. It's not getting on there.
Well, I explained to you before, I will help you in 1 hour. Okay? Thanks. Bye-bye. I'm doing my show now. All right. Now they're getting like an episode of Parenting with Dempsey. I'm really frustrated with this camera, and I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just start shooting it on my phone like every, like Nick Thacker does. But then I can't, then it's a pain to do all the comments. Here it's like, oh, the comment. Maybe, I don't know. It's got to be the camera, right? I mean, I don't know. Hello, Mr. Braun. It's good to see you. Let's get to the comments, shall we? Good day. So, what's up from Savannah? What's up, Paul? Save some perk. Oh, yeah. I've got it right now. It's downstairs. I had it this morning, actually. I mix it up, and I'm putting in an order to Black Rifle Coffee Company this weekend. So I'll be sipping on some Black Rifle coffee pretty soon. I just found out that they have a roastery in Manchester, Tennessee that's like an hour from me. It's really close. People are like, an hour's not close. For us, it is, because we can go like 50 miles. Maybe, yeah, it's probably about 50, 60 miles from here. I don't know. Somebody's going to Google it and correct me in the comments. Everybody loves to correct Dempsey. Everybody loves to correct Dempsey. I'll show him. What if I added some light? Maybe more light? No, that's not helping clarify anything much. Or is it? It's adding some cool shadows. Wait, that's just my phone light. Oh, don't want to do that. There. Ooh, that's some neat shadow action there. Whoa, it fell over. I should put that on a stand. That's pretty good, though. A little bright on the face. Maybe I highlight that one there. Okay. Yeah. So, no, I don't know. Lighting with Dempsey. That's too much. That's just too bright on the face. Put it over here. No, it's not going to happen. Sorry, face. You're screwed. Let's put that back there. All right. So let's see more comments. Hello, Heather and Mike Wainwright and Kathy and Ray McGuire and Michelle. Hello, Allison. I just recently learned that you and Sam, hello, Sam, don't have daylight savings time until tomorrow. So you get the show 1 hour earlier than normal. Congratulations, and you're welcome. We're already ahead, and I'm believing that we're probably going to go ahead and make the shift to not doing this anymore. At least that's what I heard, that the lawmakers have decided that we're not going to do daylight savings anymore. Well, that's cool. Most people that I've talked to seem to think that that's a good idea to get rid of it. But I don't know. There's something about it, right? Like, look what a mess Arizona has become, Carrie Kelly. You guys don't use daylight savings. How's it worked out for you out there? I actually haven't even seen if Carrie's on here yet. I'm still working through the comments, but I'm assuming she's going to be here at some point. Let's see. All righty. Who else do we have here? Oh, y'all saying hello to each other. Nice hashtags there, Allison. Very good. Oh, and just rocking lots of them. That is the theme song from Airwolf. And I will challenge you to go onto YouTube and look it up, and you will find that exact theme. That's the theme song from Airwolf, one of my favorite shows. Thank you. Thank you for that, Sam. What's up, Keith? About to be snowy, Erie, Pennsylvania. Oh, thank you. That is very nice. Wait, is there another Mr. D in the group? Yeah, Keith, snow, really? So here's the funny thing. We went on vacation last week. Went down to Florida, and we never get much snow. And we've talked about this a million times on the show. The show's been running for 2 years now, and how many times have I said it? Every winter at least 20 times, right? And we don't. We'll get like some dusting. We got some snow flurries here, a month ago or whatever, when we were at my nephew's, my wife's nephew's birthday. But nothing appreciable like ever happens snow wise. But once every 2 years or so, we get between 2 and 4, maybe 5 inches sometimes. And my daughter is always like, "Oh, I want to see snow. I want to play in snow." She did once when she was real little, but it was gone by the end of the day. It was like 7 inches here. So we go down there, and our first morning down in Florida, getting all these texts, "Man, the snow is crazy." Like, what? Pull up my garage camera. Yeah. I mean, it was like probably 4 or 5 inches here, maybe. I don't know. But it was like the ground was covered. Streets were okay, but so weird. And it happened when we were gone. So maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the one keeping the snow away because I want it so much. Maybe that's my problem in life. Maybe I just want things so much that tells the universe he lacks all this. Just keep giving him lack, because that's how it all runs. It gives you what you believe you have. Deep thoughts with Dempsey. Anyway, we got some snow, but I wasn't here. I didn't even know it was coming. No clue. I was like, what? It's cold again? Because it was 3 days before we got snow. I think it was like 70 degrees. I mean, I was out in flip-flops and shorts. There's dudes playing golf in shorts, short sleeves. No jackets, nothing. Good morning, Juliet. What's up, Kat? Yeah. Somebody asked me about Uluru Code in a time. There was a question once from a reader about time it took to get from point A to point B to Uluru, right? Ayers Rock. How do you say it? I always say it wrong. But to get to Uluru, and it was somebody's said, I think your time is all off on that. It doesn't. What it was it was crossing between how long it took the original traveler to go on foot, and then how long it would take to drive or whatever from Sydney or wherever. I don't even remember where they were driving from. It's been that long, but yeah, it's funny because people are trying to correct that, and I'm like, I don't. No. The reference was on foot first. It would take this long on foot, or I can't remember. There was something weird about it, but yeah, very spread out. Very spread out. How was the vacation? Well, sorry, I'll answer that in a sec. I saw this comment from Juliet, and I was like, oh, the unicorn looks terrifying. So I put that up here, I was gonna see who would notice it first. That's my daughter's unicorn. That's the unicorn from Despicable Me. Obviously not the original prop, because that was an animated movie. But yes, that is the one designed after that. unicorn from that movie. My goodness, the screen is grainy. I gotta fix this. I gotta go to Best Buy. Ugh. I love Best Buy, but it's I just don't like spending money. Especially on things that I feel like should already be okay. I paid enough for this computer. Shouldn't the camera just be like the one I got on my phone, which happens to be a much smaller device? Just saying. How was my vacation? It was good. It was really good. I had a lot of fun. Didn't rest much, but I had a lot of fun. I rested last night. So it was good. It was always good. We always have fun down there. So I love going down there. Good times. I had a funny thought earlier. Hello, Ella Presley. That's a nice picture. I like that. What's up, Chance and Coffee Nation? Douglas. Oh, dude, it was great, man. We always love camping, and it's not real camping. It's like we take the camper with us and we do that. But we did the real camping in our youth, right? Like in our 20s and in high school, doing the tent thing and all that. I just don't sleep well on anything that's on the ground. And there was one time I went camping and I loaded my truck. I think it was college. And I had like this big foam was egg crates, like just huge. It was like this thick, right? It was like way too thick foam, and like sheets and blankets. No, I didn't even like. I might have had a sleeping bag with me, but like I wasn't even gonna mess around this time. And all my friends are making fun of me. That's the only time I've slept great camping. I never slept well camping except that trip. Because all the other times you're like kind of bare minimum-ing it. Well, I mean, not really. You're carrying coolers and yeah, you gotta prioritize. Cheers. Cheers. Douglas Davis. And on Mother's Day, too. Is your Mother's Day like tomorrow? Ours is in May. I think we talked about this last year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Half-hour difference. What's up? Call on me, Valerie. What's up, Beth? Ooh. Robin, I know. I hear you. Like it is weird in March. It's definitely weird in March. What is it? In like a lion, out like a lamb, or whatever. In like a lamb, out like a lion. Away from only 1 week away from Gideon Wolf. I hope you enjoy it. It's I sent an email earlier today, and if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. But this is sort of a hobby story. It's not trying to build my career around it. But I was talking with Eddie at El Mesón here, a Mexican place in town, and I actually just took my daughter over there earlier after school. We went there after school and had a late lunch. Talked to my friend Raul, and Eddie was the one. Eddie's Raul's brother, and their whole family runs the business, and you got several locations here in town. If you're ever in Chattanooga, visit El Mesón. Good place. But this was Eddie that was like kind of inspired it, and I'd been talking about doing like something with folklore and lost legends and stuff like that. And Eddie was like, you should do it with the chupacabra, man. And I was like, Yes, I should do one, but that's a weird legend. Like it's a kind of a dumb story. I'm gonna make it cool. So, and after I wrote it, I saw when my daughter and I were watching Hotel Transylvania. I don't remember which one. I think maybe the one where they go on a vacation on the boat. Maybe like number 3, I guess. The Chupacabra like went to the bar and he's like, "Hello, Mr. Chupacabra, you're." And I was like, "Ah, yeah." He doesn't look anything like that. It's way meaner. Yep, the side series, unlike the rest, my friend. That's right, man. Ray, you just got this cool look to you. Like, you just got that's a good picture. You look serious, and like, but it's like serious, professional, like intense. It's such a good picture. See, you're like, I feel like if Michelle McNair was Facebook's primary fact checker, lots and lots of problems would get cleared up tomorrow. Michelle is like the Chick-fil-A of fact checkers. She is efficient, clockwork, and she's never available on Sundays. And it's awesome. She's, you know how we call down south, we call Chick-fil-A the Lord's chicken because they don't work on Sundays. They take the Lord's Day off. I come from a different denomination, so like Saturday's the Lord's Day for me, but like it's still funny. The Lord's chicken. Michelle would be like the Lord's. She'd be like, I'm not being sacrilegious. She'd be like the Lord's fact checker for us. You'd be like the Chick-fil-A of fact checkers. Maybe the Lord's thing was too far, but I'm not a sacrilegious person. I try to be careful about that. But you could be. You're like the Chick-fil-A of fact checking. So that Facebook needs you to become a fact checker, because those folks that are doing it are not qualified at all. I've posted stuff, Twitter too. I shared an article on Twitter the other day, and I'm not starting a whole cancel culture discussion. But I shared an article. I don't do a lot on Twitter because somebody hacked my account a year or two ago, and they were sharing all this crazy stuff and did it on my Facebook profile and all that. And so I still do Facebook, but I don't do it very much. And I got on, but I do get on Twitter every now and then to share articles, and I'm going to try to do that more because Twitter is like a steaming pile of crap, and maybe more people just need to make it a better place to hang out. So I'll try to do that. But the thing I shared was like this thing about the Vikings. It was an article about, all I did was copy the link. It was this archaeological discovery about the Vikings. And I shared it, I hashtagged it, and it was like Twitter has, I don't remember even what they said, blocked this, or this content is not allowed. It was to that effect because of controversial subject matter or something like that. And I read it and I was just thinking, what? This is from a reputable history news site, which is sort of a strange thing to say, history news, but you know what I mean. You know, historychannel.com is a news site, or history.com is a news site for history, right? It was something like that, smaller scale, but nothing inappropriate at all in that article. And it wouldn't let me share. And it was a cool story. I was like, oh, people will love this. This is neat. I need to share that. No, you're donezo, Dempsey. You can't share this. Like, thanks, Putin. Is that who's running Twitter now? My goodness. I mean, Jack Dorsey's leaving to work on Bitcoin. Think about that. A founder that like created this massive, massive thing, social media thing, is like, I'm not even going to be a part of this anymore because it's insane. That's what happened. I got an article blocked, a historical article. So dumb. You retract what I just went off about how great you were as a fact checker. You are not the Chick-fil-A of fact checking, Michelle. Jeez. That was like a McDonald's move. Come on. Man, I feel like an idiot. Everybody makes mistakes. Hey, one of my favorite former students. What are you doing? El Mason was your favorite place back in the day. You should write one about the legend of Mel. Yeah, maybe I will at some point. You never know. It's good to see you, buddy. Scott Day. Wow, wow, wow. Man, the times we used to have chatting in my office, you skipping class, me skipping work, and both of us solving the world's problems. Those were good times, man. I mean, they didn't pay me enough. They paid me enough to talk to you, but like for all the paperwork and stuff I did, it was pittance. But man, I met some great people, and you were one of them. You're an awesome dude, my friend. Hey, what's up? Cute Dark Q's here. Yep. Rooter. Oh no. I read Roto Rooter and I started laughing. And then I read right leg arteries and veins. That's not laughing. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that. Jeez, dude. I'm not going to tell. I'm not a doctor, but I do know that. Let's see. You're in California, so right? So you have. Is that right? It seems like you're in California. If I can remember that, that's pretty remarkable. You're going to be like, no, Dempsey, I'm in Utah. Not even close. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, if it doesn't matter, California, any state. There's other things you can try that are totally legal, and maybe that'll help. That's what I've heard. Some of my physician friends they're done prescribing painkillers because they don't want to contribute to the whole opioid epidemic, and so they're telling people in pain to go to the CBD shop and get Delta 8, or if you're in a legalized state, go get legal medical treatments, whatever. And I love it. I think it's great. I think that people need to do whatever works, and if it's not hurting them, and that's what need to happen. But yeah, I didn't mean to laugh when I read Roto Rooter, because then I get to the next part and you're like, it's extremely painful. I'm like, oh man, I thought he was going to say they Roto Rootered my plumbing system or something. Not your personal plumbing system, doc. That's not okay. But I hope you feel better, buddy. Yeah, like Sam said, take care of yourself. And Allison said. Whoa. What? Yeah, it's not PC. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, thank you, Patricia. Oh, that's a cute puppy. And I like that green ball. Patricia McKinley. I knew a James McKinley when I was a kid. He and I were friends. He was a few years older than me, like 4 or 5 years older than me. So in kid world, that's a lot. Like that's like, when you're an adult, that's like 20 years older. But he was, he was a good friend of mine, James McKinley. I don't know what happened to him after him and his mom moved away. His mom used to work for my parents in the early 80s when they ran a nursing home. And then somebody took the family business from us, took all of our property, took everything. And I never saw James and his mom again. I don't know what happened to him. Be weird if you were related, but it's a fairly common name, so I doubt it. Anyway, didn't mean to embarrass you, Patricia, but thank you. That is very sweet. I appreciate it. Yeah, they should. I mean, there are a couple of podcasters that talk about this stuff, right? And obviously Joe Rogan's one of them, and And it's funny because I actually listen to Joe Rogan's show, and I don't always agree with everything that his guests say or believe, because they may be presenting information or data that is skewed towards what they want, right? And you can't skew statistics. No, but you can present them in a way, or you can ignore certain ones and only present other ones in certain ways. But I like that he's all about trying to find answers, right? And part of finding answers is having a discussion. Okay. And so what Facebook has done, and this show is taking place on Facebook, it could like shut down here. It's also on YouTube. So good luck with that, Mark, because you don't own YouTube, son. Probably could buy it though. Anyway, Joe was talking about how it's good to have a discussion, right? And to have a discussion, you have to have two sides of it. And like, so if somebody says that the vaccine has a microchip in it, right? Well, that's a pretty far out there thing. And some people will say that's a right-wing conspiracy. Why does it have to be right-wing? That's what cracks me up. It's like, no, stupid watch. That's what cracks me up. It's always like, it's right-wing conspiracy. Like, there are plenty of left-wing conspiracy theories, and I don't like to label any of them. I just label them as conspiracy theories, and I accept them if they can be proven true in my crucible of logic and reasoning. But Joe's point was that people put stuff out there. It is not the job of Facebook to determine whether or not your friends, people that are on your friends list that you've probably met in person or known a long time, or have like recently met and become friends with, if you're clicking confirm on that friend request, or you're adding that person, you have already accepted them for who they are and what they believe to a degree. Maybe you don't know them that well. Maybe you shouldn't be their friend online. But aren't we grown up enough to say to ourselves, that person just said there's microchips, tracking chips in the vaccine. That seems illogical because they're already tracking us with phones and computers and all sorts of things. So, I don't think I'm worried about that. That's how it should happen. Instead, Facebook's trying to play parent, like, no. You can't say that. That's going to mislead people. They can't think for themselves, and that's a huge problem. That's a massive problem, right? Because now that's not just censorship, that's propagandizing, right? That's taking stuff that is saying you can't say this, and that is a free speech thing. But that's like, you can say, well, you don't have free speech on Facebook. It's a private entity. Fine. Yeah, and they can do whatever they want. They did their IPO, whatever, but like, did they? Seems like they did. Went public. Doesn't matter. It's a corporate entity, right? They can set their own practices within the letter of the law, right? As long as they're obeying the law. So, first of all, Kowalski, yes, there is nanotechnology of that kind. Yeah, they've been working on that for a long time. I'm privy to some of those things. Some of the stuff you read in the Sean Wyatt books is not fiction. Some of the tech, some of the DARPA tech, that's not fiction. And it's not conspiracy. It's not conjecture. It's not Dempsey writing a "you're going to get a jetpack in the year 2012" book. It's real tech, right? I slip some of that in there sometimes for you. But yes, you're all adults here. And many of you come from very different backgrounds. Some of you are on the left. Some of you are on the right. Some of you are on a little bit farther extremes, possibly. But we all seem to just get along here, don't we? Oh, that's crazy. That's so crazy. We're all different, look and act and think different and come from different places, but we seem to be just fine. Because we're just having a discussion. And here's the thing too, like Facebook's, stopping people from saying certain things. It's insulting, really. You're insulting everyone's intelligence. Everyone's. And it's crazy. And it's quite frankly, only allowing certain things to happen, like certain things to be said, that's propagandizing. That's exactly what that is. That may not be Webster's definition, but it's pretty dang close. It's pretty dang close. So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, soapbox over. Did you sort out the plumber before we went away? No, but I did it when I got back. And then the roof blew off our house 2 days ago. Had a lot of wind. And this copper sheet that was on top of this domer blew right off. I was standing in the driveway and I was walking out to take the trash out. And this old lady is walking by and she goes, "Looks like your roof's about to blow off." I mean, that's how she sounded. And she was walking very slow. And I said, "Huh?" And I'd looked up and I'd been playing in my daughter's playroom with her, like playing with Legos and whatever. And we kept hearing this thump, thump, thump. And I was like, man, that's the sound of the wind blowing through that domer. Oh, no, that was the roof flopping. And as I look up, it goes, and peels off. Pulled a bunch of shingles with it. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Come on, man. What? It's in the wind. Just come on. I mean, that little day of wind is going to cost me like $800. That's stupid. That's so stupid. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can do but sit here and lose $1,000. Just as I stood there on my driveway, I watched $1,000 blow away in the wind. I mean, it's still there though. Like the copper sheet's still hanging on. So I still see the reminder that I'm going to lose $1,000 real soon. I can't believe he's laughing at $1,000. He must be really wealthy. Or he's broke and he knows it and you got to laugh to keep from crying. It's that one. That's the one. So stupid. Woo, when do I get paid again? Next week. Perfect. Yes. Come on, next Thursday. Oh, Dempsey's silly today. What's in that drink? I don't know, but it's got to be strong, huh? It's Sprite. 0, actually. Sprite 0, no sugar. Anyway, yeah, what's up, Kowalski? I sorted out the plumber. I was the plumber. I fixed the downstairs toilet. So now it's not leaking anymore. Yes, I can fix a leaky toilet. I've done 2 in this home. It's a 30-year-old home, so that makes sense. So I can't fix the copper sheet on the domer, though. I can't do that. No, so I'm not the new James Bond actor. Unfortunately, I didn't get a call from my agent, Greg. Greg, if you're watching this, thanks for not calling. But he's not that kind of agent either. So, also my English accent's not refined enough to be Bond. He carries an elegance to his accent, and I don't carry that. So, I think that they would have passed me over probably, but it's just as well. I'm happy enough to write the books, and the books that sort of try to emulate that series. And that is something, by the way, I was going to talk to you about, was the possibility, and it'd be cool to do a movie series, because we've talked about doing streaming and things like that, but I think it'd be fun to do a very long expanded full-length feature film series over decades, right? Just like Bond has done. Do that with Wyatt, do it with Harper, all those guys. And I think it'd be fun, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I do love the Bond movies. I'm a huge fan. Thank you, Dennis. If you could just copy and paste that to my wife. Dempsey is 100% correct. And then parentheses all the time. Today I was sorry. Oh no, my inhaler's in my bag somewhere from the trip. Just have to focus and relax. Yeah, this afternoon, Megan came home from, she did a few hours at work, and she came home and she was going to make herself an avocado. She was going to make avocado toast. And she's like, "Where's the bread?" I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." I'm sitting there on the couch trying to work. And she goes, "There was a half a loaf of bread right here. What'd you do with it?" And I said, "I haven't touched the bread. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't even seen any bread over there. And I don't really eat a lot of bread." So she's like, "Well, you must have done something with it." No. And Megan, if you're watching this while you're getting your hair did, you know what you were going to do. You were going to blame me. You were 100% going to blame me. And if that bread was never found, you were going to let it ride. And I was being honest. I didn't touch it. And sure enough, she just happens to look down in the cupboard where the pots and pans go, where she typically puts the toaster for I don't know why. Toaster's fine on the counter, guys. I don't care. It's shiny metal. Who cares? Why you got to hide the toaster? It's not like we have company coming over. We never have company over. And if they do come over, why are we hiding the toaster from them? So we hide the toaster and we pile 52 pillows on the bed. I don't understand. I can understand you wanting me to put the air fryer away and the big Ninja blender that I use. Fine. I'll allow that. The air fryer. Maybe not the blender. I might want to keep it out. It's kind of a hoss. Gosh, is this the most entertaining show you guys have ever seen in your lives? Anyway, it does exist. Yep. I know, man. You're so close to it over there. Are you okay, Kowalski? Are you doing all right? It's good to see you too, Robert. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. I don't own the company. So, oh, hi, Deborah. Keith? I want you to DM me your feelings about the Deshaun Watson move. Because we made a play for him, but it doesn't feel like we pushed real hard to get him. I'm real curious what you think. Because Deshaun was, he's an Atlanta kid. He grew up close to Atlanta. He was there a long time in that area. That's why I chose Clemson. But DM me send me a personal message about what you thought. I gotcha. Brand new roof system. Yeah. Well, I would fix it myself, but you've seen my roof, Michelle, and you know how afraid of heights I am. That's probably what your dots for, those ellipses. ellipsis. I don't even know how to say it. I've never heard anyone say it in real life. Don't try to spell it in the comments. I know how to spell. I don't know how to say it. I need my inhaler. No, you don't. You can make it 20 more minutes and then you're done. I may be done. And that unicorn just keeps looking at me. Oh, cool. Awesome. Very cool cat. Dude, the guy that works with my wife at the clinic, they're both orthopedic nurse practitioners. He took his family down to the zoo one Saturday last month. They came out and he started it was a Sequoia or a Forerunner. Started it up and it was running like crazy weird, and looks underneath. Yeah, somebody stole the catalytic converter while his truck was in the parking lot at the zoo. I love the Chattanooga Zoo. Does crime happen frequently around it in that area? Yes. So, do I go to the zoo a lot? No, I do not. Oh, yeah. Yes. This is my elf impression from the scene where he gives I can't think of that actress's name, but in Elf, and he gives her the spaghetti and he's like, she goes, and he goes, yes, that's me. Thank you. I'm short of shoe sugar. Sean Connery surely shopped in a posh shoe shop and said, I'm short of shoe sugar. Yeah, he probably did. Yeah, you got that whole new roof. That's great. I always follow the crumbs, brother. Always, Kowalski. Here's the thing, too, because I would share stuff on Facebook, during the pandemic and all, because I didn't want people to panic, right? Like, you don't want people to freak out too much, and everybody just keep calm. Just keep calm. And, we were hearing all sorts of things. Look, there was disinformation on all sides. Please, no political comments, but our current president said, if you get the vaccine, you won't get COVID. Those were his exact words. That's a quote. Now, maybe they'll shut down my show or block it because political. He said those words. It's on the record. Now, was he lying? I don't know. Was he wrong? Yes. So if the person in the highest office in our nation and one of the highest offices in the world can be wrong, let's go with wrong. Okay? Let's go with wrong. He was told by science. I'm not gonna accuse him of lying, even though they all do it. We know that. But I'm gonna give you a soft one on this and say, you were wrong. Well, so the president's allowed to be wrong and basically just get a free pass, but the rest of us don't. So that's what Facebook's saying. That's what a lot of these social media, kind of these big tech companies are saying is you're not allowed to be wrong. You can't have a conversation about it, because the truth is, I'm one of the most easily, I've said this before many times on the show, I'm very easily swayed of my staunch opinion, because I've got plenty of opinions. Everybody does. But like, you present good information to me and say, yeah, but if you think about it like blah, 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 I'm like, oh, whoa. Yeah, I guess I do see it your way now. I let go of my thought and I embrace yours. I'm so easy to do that too. I'm easily convinced, easily swayed. If the information's good. But we should be the ones delineating that. I mean, who are these fact checkers? What do they get? You know, like a degree in like business administration, and then they get hired by Facebook to be a fact checker. And before they were a fact checker, they were just, what were they doing for Facebook? Like, what do they even do? Don't get me wrong. Like my Facebook ad reps, the people that I've talked to are always great. They're wonderful. But like, who are these fact checkers? Are they introverts like me that all of a sudden, here's not an introvert. I actually am. Introverts like me that all of a sudden feel empowered behind their phones and screens and their computer screens because they have power and they can do whatever they want to the world and to people in it. Like, finally. I mean, I don't feel that way, but I get that out of my system by writing books. So I sort of do feel that way, but just with fictional characters. That said, what qualifies that person to be a fact checker? So one of these going to be like, actually, this is the qualification process, and they're actually quite qualified to determine what it is that you can and can't say. I will not easily be swayed on that. Look, we've lost like 7,000 viewers as a result of this conversation. Oh yeah. That's good. That's good. He needs to be over there. That's good. Yeah, they had the whole NATO summit, didn't they? Yesterday. Oh, you did. Oh no. I hope you didn't post like a picture of the check on like Facebook or like you or like share it with friends like, guys, I did it. I finally paid it off. No. That's how it goes. That's how it always goes. Bye-bye. See you later, Juliet. She's already gone, I bet. I was just rambling. Ooh, I was born a rambling man. All right. That melody was, oh, I was born a rambling. I can't even do that. Lord, I was born a rambling man. That's the one. It was a little high. What are you doing? Is that the cat or my daughter messing with that sheet? If it's the cat, that's going to be bad. Yeah, I wish I was wrong sometimes. That's right. Ironically. Yeah. Just a little trust in you. Just give us some credit for being adults. I get it that there are like younger folks on Facebook, but not really. Most of them are on Instagram and TikTok. The conversations is what Facebook was created for, right? Conversations with friends that you don't see very often. But now you can. That was the greatness of Facebook when they first brought it out. And Zuckerberg took the MySpace idea and ran with it, and took those other two guys' ideas and ran with it. But that was the concept. Friends getting together, chatting about things they have in common or conversations. Now it's, you're wrong. I hate you. Screw Trump. Let's go, Brandon. Like, okay. Which all of that stuff's kind of funny, by the way. I mean, all of it is funny. It's the president of the United States, and everybody was like, F Trump, F Joe Biden. Like, wow. There's an F the president now. This is a way different world than I grew up in. The president was like the coolest person in the world. Like, could you imagine saying that back to like Eisenhower, Truman, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt? Teddy would shoot you. If he didn't shoot you, he would bare knuckle drunken Irish boxing you. That's what he would do. You know, like they stand like this. Harumph, harumph, harumph. But these are these people. Like, if you said it to Bill Clinton, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, you're funny," and then you'd hang out with him and realize, oh, you know, maybe I was wrong. W, be like, you fooled me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'll invite you to my cookout on the ranch. You know, Obama. Like, if you said that to him, he'd be like, man, you too, man. What? But these last two guys, I don't know. It's weird times, man. Weird times. But hey, I'm glad that he's over there with you, Kowalski. I don't know what it's going to do. But hey, there he is. Just in time for me to leave. Looks like you're on some sort of a miniature train ride there. James, would that be accurate? Yeah, I know. Twitter was like, for a minute, and I'm talking like right when it came out, Twitter was awesome. It was a great place to get news, sports stuff, you know, like, and you could share things. You could grow a big following on there, all inside of 149 characters or whatever it is, right? And I remember like the PR director of the school system where I worked, and me and my buddy telling her, you need to get your Twitter going, and you really need to be pumping out content. You know, like you need to push stuff out like 4 or 5 times a day at minimum, and encourage parents to follow. You put out tips for studying, for taking tests, parenting tips, for helping your kids with their homework, like all sorts of cool stuff. You could do maybe not 5 times a day, but you could do, 2 or 3 a day, and then recycle those things every other week or every 3 weeks or whatever to make sure that people missed it, pick it up. Her exact words were, well, there's only so much you can do with 109 characters or whatever it is. And I was like, wow, that's extremely short-sighted. But in the end, she got the last laugh because it did turn to crap. Maybe it's salvageable. Probably not. We have never respected your prime ministers. They're all untrustworthy dorks. But do you trust the Queen? Sam, this is the question. Do we trust the crown? Because if you can't trust the prime ministers, the elected officials, perhaps it's time to return to the monarchy for guidance, leadership. People who were bred for it for thousands of years. What do you think about that, Sam Nash? Sam Nash. Hey, Sam? Thoughts? Return to the crown rulership, the monarchy? Or keep it in this tangled web we call Parliament? Parliament and prime ministers, and quite frankly, simplicity looks quite attractive right now. Wasn't it Aristotle that said, a democracy can only work until the mob realizes they only have to be promised things to have their votes earned, something along those lines. I can't remember which it was, but then he said that's why the most efficient form of government is a monarchy, because even though sometimes corrupt, sometimes tyrannical and diabolical, it's more efficient that way. Ultimately. It can also be ultimately corrupt. There's no checks and balances. So if you could have a monarchy with checks and balances, well, wouldn't you just have a presidency? Maybe. It's possible. Not sure. Okay. There you go. So true. I was on the train at the zoo. We were just talking about the zoo. Probably not my zoo. Twitter Ernie. I did not stress too much today or yesterday. I had a good day of writing yesterday on Relic Runner 4. For those of you who are wondering when that will be out, I'm about 25-30% done with it. So I'm a few weeks behind on it. I had a slow couple of writing weeks and then I had a vacation. So I am working on it though. Got all those edits done for Emergence. Some edits I did change about 90% of the edits, and then I kept about 10% because I like them stylistically. That's how I usually do it. Just works out like that. Maybe it's like 80-20, the Pareto principle. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is the sweetest thing. No vacation until my writing's done. The writing will never be done. Don't you know that? I will always write books until I can't anymore. Oh, that feels good. Oh, right there into that. Yes. Right into that Neuralink. Much better. Thank you. Whew. That's one of those high-tech devices that I was telling you about. No, you can't have one. And yes, it soothes all pain. It's amazing. Yeah. No, I don't trust, and I don't trust them, and I don't trust the Democrats either. I don't trust any of them because they really are all self-serving, and that's what bothers me. And oh, my cat's crying, and I don't. So I would probably identify with libertarian more than anything, but they're never gonna. They're small potatoes. It would take something extreme. So. But I have some conservative values and I have some liberal values, and I think most people do. I think most people have. They just don't want to be labeled. I don't like being labeled. So as I said, no vacation then. That's right. Well, yeah, that is true. But I did have the vacation anyway, and broke the rule. But I'll remember that and not take any more vacations. Yeah, I would love to see term limits on all of them. That'd be cool to see that. We talk about it a lot, but oh well. All right, so here's what I was thinking. I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to leave you with this ginormous thought. All right. So, as many of you know, and this is not a political discussion, but it is a hot topic. It's controversial. Climate thing. Because I've always been a climate guy. I've always been an environmental guy. Like I've always believed that we needed to use more ethanol instead of gasoline. Guess who that helps? Everyone. And the farmers, by the way, because they just grow the thing that you make the fuel out of. And, well, we don't have the land. Have you flown over this country? We've got the land. Oh, yeah, we did that too. I'm a little torn on that because it's good and bad. I do think some people should have a safety course, but the criminals aren't taking them. So anyway, the whole thing with the climate, I do believe, I've said it before. We all want clean. There's not a person out there that's like, I don't want clean air and clean water. Like, that's not a Republican. That's not a Democrat. That's just, there's not that person. I don't want clean earth. Screw you. I want my fish with a rubber tire shredded inside of it. I don't even know how to cook that, sir. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants the pollution. Sometimes they want the thing that, causes it. But I've always been big on the saving the planet thing, right? Like, Bono and all them buying up the acreage in the rainforests and all that stuff. I've been a big fan of it. But I also know that the climate changes very slowly, right? Like since the Younger Dryas, like 12, 13,000 years, it's been getting hotter. How do I know? We had continental glaciers, talked about it before. But here's my thought. Just struck me as funny. If the last 100 years of human history really have caused dramatic global warming, here's the solution for Mars. That's it. I mean, Elon talked about it. He said, we know how to do this and this and this and this on Mars. The problem is that the planet's very cold, so we'd have to heat it if we wanted to terraform it. And he was talking about giant reflector panels, right? That would like these things that would hover in orbit and shine bright light down in space and heat the planet. You don't need that, brother. If we really do believe that this like last 100 years since the Industrial Revolution is like caused all this dramatic warming, let's just do that there. And that's it, everybody. Thank you for joining me on Drinks with Dempsey. I'm your host, Ernest Dempsey. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Have tons of fun. I hope you relax, get some rest. I hope that my comments offended no one and maybe everyone at the same time. No, I don't usually say anything offensive, and if I do, it's usually taken out of context. But again, who cares if it's offensive? Who cares? We're adults talking. You know me, I know you, and I love you guys, and I thank you for joining me today on Drinks with Dempsey. Oh, in the words of the Eagles, let's call the lawyers and kill them tonight. Yeah, very nice. That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys, I love you all. See you Sunday morning for Coffee Nation. Peace, goodwill, and happiness to all of you. Ooh, I should say namaste too. Doesn't namaste mean all of those things? Sort of. All right. I don't know. Ray, you like pop in and say hello at the beginning and then you disappear until the end. You are so funny. All right. Love you guys. Bye.